A series which has produced so many stars of the future. Well, it is time to end an era. Hello everyone and welcome to the 100th and final ever race of FRECA. It has been some motor racing we have been able to witness, and at the same time we have seen the stars be born of the future. But now we end this era which has taken us from 2021 all the way till 2025, and it's seen 5 different champions crowned, and now it is time for a celebration before we say goodbye to Alpine as well. It is great to have your company, everybody, wherever you might be watching from in the world. The champion may be crowned, but we still have our 100th race to celebrate. What a milestone for this series. All of the racing that began in 2021 on the F1 weekend as well, remember, we're about to conclude before the series now will move over and become FREC next year. In the commentary box, my name is Omi, and here for this special occasion alongside me, as per the entire season, is Wes. Hi Wes, it is time for the 100th celebration.
Hello, Omi. Hello, everybody. That's right, yeah, 100 races. It's such a nice milestone to end this particular Alpine era on. And although we didn't get quite the race where the championship was won that we maybe hoped for yesterday, we're still going to try and end today's era on a bang, if at all possible.
Absolutely, that will be exactly our aim. The cars are making their way into position on the grid now in terms of just their way to the grid from the pit lane as well. So we still have the formation lap, don't worry. We're not about to have the 5 red light procedure coming our way. But Wes, yesterday, if we go back to our 99th race, we had a situation where, unfortunately, we had title dreams dashed for Matteo Di Paolo. We both just discussed before we went on air that we actually believed it was even in qualifying. A bit of a poor result, then got even worse due to a penalty, and then he got front wing damage as soon as the race started. He tried to continue, we got to the restart, he tried to defend, he went straight on through Ascari, and that is when I think everyone realised that his dreams were over for 2025.
Yeah, it just didn't seem to be written in the stars for Di Paolo, did it, to even drag the championship kicking and screaming into today's race. I got to say, he did do phenomenally well to come back to 11th place from where he fell down to. But yeah, just 11th place is 11th place, no points. And with Slater taking the victory, that was it as far as the championship was concerned.
Absolutely. Freddie Slater had to make that move on the circuit. He beat Evan Gilter, who took a brilliant pole position yesterday, we have to say, and pole position today. As you can see on battle screen right now, it goes to Freddie Slater for this race next to Matteo Di Paolo. They will still put on a great battle, I am sure. Matteo Di Paolo has been a great driver for Trident, giving Trident their first win, and they've been here since the start. They're celebrating their 100th race with us as well. So it is very weird, Wes, that they didn't take a victory in this series until we got to this year. Roman Bielinski got close last year. He, of course, had to battle away as well with injuries. What a comeback he's making, by the way, as well. A Formula 3 race winner now after the sprint race here at this venue once there was a post-race penalty applied to another competitor. But yeah, going back to my point, we have seen so many great drivers who have moved their way up with Trident, and we've had them come so close on so many occasions. Round 1 earlier on this season, Matteo Di Paolo starts the season off by giving Trident their first ever win, and considering they've been here since the start, it was such a big moment as well, and it was with an Italian driver in their home race as well as Trident as a team.
Yeah, that's right. It could have all been so romantic and fairy tale like if he had managed to clinch it here at Monza, but yeah, as we said before, just wasn't meant to be. But the hope, of course, is that Trident can take that momentum into next year, when there'll be, of course, a brand new car, a brand new era for this championship. So yeah, anything can happen. And we wish Matteo Di Paolo, as well as all the other drivers already signed up to F3 next year, the best of luck.
Absolutely. And you may be wondering, who else is joining them in Formula 3? Well, Freddie Slater is going to Trident. Di Paolo, who Wes has just mentioned, is going to be his teammate. So we had a great scenario where they're actually both teammates, but both contending for the title this year as well. Yamakoshi, congratulations to him. He's heading to Van Amersfoort. Jin Nakamura has got to see at High Tech. Delaney is moving over to Prema. Claro's going to Rodin. And Kanato Lee is going to ART as well. So there's quite a few drivers who are moving up to Formula 3. And, you know, whereas this has been the series, while you get a few drivers come over from a series like GB3, you may get someone coming from Euro Cup 3, Spanish F4, etc., etc. This is the main source of drivers to Formula 3. It has been over the last few years as well. And it's great to see a lot more of these drivers add their name to that list.
Oh, it is. Yeah, absolutely. It may be the most expensive championship to take part in at this level by quite some distance, unfortunately. But it also is the most rewarding in terms of super license points. I was looking over the table yesterday when it got announced that Euro Cup 3 it will finally be able to award super license points for their championship. And yeah, it's definitely the best route. Let's go to the grid.
Let's do so indeed. Freddie Slater next to Di Paolo, 700s. Between them, they were in different groups. Evan Gilter third, and then it's Nikita Bedrin in P4. And then we find ourselves with Shirovsky in 5th. What a brilliant weekend he's having. Aldahari in 6th. Gouda, our rookie champion of this year, next to Edu Robinson as well. And then we find ourselves with Pedro Claro in 9th position. Taito Kato is in 10th. For ART. He was contending inside those top 5 battles yesterday. Jin Nakamura is next to Michael Belov. Michael Belov has played a huge part. So many race starts he has had here in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. Yamakoshi and Nant Howard Biran Bhakti, they are 13th and 14th. Liu is next up, and then it is Giovanni Maschio in what is his home race. RPM looked very quick when it came to qualifying, but Maschio not able to find the balance of the car, as it's been the case all season. Lee is next to Bora. Stoltramanis is next to Delaney. RSGP's hopes of the team's title taking a big dent when it came to qualifying earlier on. And Airfrey is next to Edward Borna. And then we have Vesilaho and we have James Igozi. Lots of drivers moving over to that Santaloc Racing squad. And the final driver in position is Sake Al-Masherji. He'll go from 25th for G4 Racing as well. A few drivers have also been testing in Formula 3. Of course, you can expect the same names to the ones that are signed, but we've also seen drivers like Biran Bhakti also get the opportunity to test, and we have Taito Kato, who was also testing. So along with all of the names that are confirmed for 2026, those two drivers have also had tests when it has come to the series of Formula 3, where they'll be moving up to next year. But as I've mentioned, it is not only our final ever race in FRECA, it is our 100th. What a perfect way to end it. 5 seasons of great competition, and it's about to come to a close. Wes, we're on to the formation lap.
We certainly are, yeah. For the final time this year, the formation lap gets underway, and it's a little chilly in Monza this weekend. I know I was looking at social media, and a lot of the E4 drivers and the FRECA drivers were able to see their breath in the morning air. So yeah, not entirely toasty for the drivers. So they'll have to really concentrate on getting those tires up to temperature as we make our way to the grid.
We do indeed. We've got the Teams Championship that is in the balance as well, Wes. You'll be keeping us up to date when it comes to that. But yes, RSGP versus Prema is all up for grabs. When it came to 2021, where we started FRECA, RSGP were the champions that year. 22, 23, 24 have all been with Prema, and I think as it's our 100th race, of course we'll be looking back and talking about some memories that we've had across this broadcast, and I think one of them, Wes, has to be 2023 race 20 out of 20. Kimi Antonelli getting Prema the team's title on the last lap of the season at Hockenheim. That was absolutely extraordinary as he gave Prema the championship that year. But in terms of 2025, how's it looking? Where are we thinking then this one could go?
Well, in terms of grid positions right now, it's certainly more on Prema, although they do have to overcome quite the gap in the championship at the moment. I'm just working out, it's 32 points, the gap between RSGP leading with Prema second. So although Prema certainly have two cars very high up the grid, that being Slater on pole and Rashid Al Daheri in 6th position. Compare that to the highest RSGP car of Jin Nakamura down in 11th and therefore out of the points. It's certainly going to be a tight one for them. And we, of course, expect Slater to finish very highly, but yeah, keep an eye out towards the middle of the point-scoring pack to see where the others finish.
Absolutely, still a lot to play for, even if our Drivers' Championship may be decided. A reminder to you, this is not only just the end of a season, end of an era. Lots of these drivers, we've talked about them moving up to Formula 3, and a reminder that these are partnerships, junior Formula racing partnerships, always live long in the memory of drivers because they're so special. And for a lot of teams, for a lot of drivers, as everyone goes in different directions, the partnerships come to a close and they've had some great times together as well. So it is really the end of a season. But here we go then. The final cars are getting themselves into position. What brilliance FRECA has given us over the years of competition and racing, all the way from racing on F1 weekends when we started to now getting ready for the 100th and final ever race. Let's see how this one is going to play out then. The final cars are lining up on the grid now. So, for one final time, we have all the cars in FRECA lined up in position. Here we go. 3, 4, 5 red lights. And for the 100th and final time in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine, we are racing. And Freddie Slater has got the start compared to Matteo Di Paolo, who's going to be in the slipstream and battling with him down towards the braking zone. Slater on the brakes with a lockup has maintained the position off the road. Will go Evan Gilter. Can the rest of them make their way through the opening chicane? No, we've got a front wing that has been lost in the background as well, and that is going to be the field now continuing through the Curva Grande on the opening tour. 30 minutes plus 1 lap on the clock, and it is Slater, then it is Di Paolo looking to try and defend from Nikita Bedrin, who's gone from 4th on the grid to P3. He's trying to turn it into 2nd, can't do so, spinning round. Rashid Al Daheri goes round. Disappointment for the Prema man, as that is a huge dent to Prema's hopes for the title.
That may well clinch it, because of course Slater cannot win the team's championship by himself. He needs backup, and the fact that Al Daheri has now probably will be scoring no points in this race, it might be a swing towards RSGP. Long way still to go though.
Shirovsky had a bad start. He lost plenty of positions off the line. We are still making our way through the order at the moment, so the field continuing to push on. We've got an RSGP car absolutely kicking up the gravel as Delaney is currently making his way through. Taito Kato is trying to gain a position as well, but Slater got the start that he was looking for. Monza, there's always a long run down towards the braking zone of the Retafilo chicane, and things can usually happen very quickly. That's what's happening further back in the field, where we have plenty of wheel-to-wheel action and plenty of drivers who are running side by side. Over the line we go. Lap number 1 complete, and Slater has got enough of a margin, but I think Gilter's lining up an overtake on Nikita Bedrin. P3 could be about to change hands. Gilter trying to retake the place where he started the race. They get close to Di Paolo, who goes off. Di Paolo goes off the road, and he had to take a warning action momentarily. He continues on as the rest of them make their way through towards the Curva Grande now.
Yeah, he might have been trying to get out of the way of Gilter, who had to brake very late into that chicane. I'm very impressed he made the corner, in fact. But yeah, Di Paolo going off very unexpected. He seems to have got away with it, though.
Absolutely. Battling continuing as the field continued their attack around Monza circuit at the moment. Slater looking to break clear. He did this yesterday up against Gilter. When he made the move, he was able to gain positions. Plenty of cars are off in the background as well. Plenty of lockups. We can expect that across the weekend. Let's now look and see for the front wing damage that was lost further back.
Yeah, I think that might have been Enya Frey who lost that front wing because he's now fallen to the back. And yeah, just absolute carnage going down into the second chicane. I couldn't quite see who hit Aldeheri from behind, but yeah, his race is now severely compromised.
It really, really is as well. Here we go then, down towards the Parabolica. As well, of course, renamed the Curva Michele Alboreto in recent times. We're still side by side, as that is going to be Pedro Clara trying to see whether he can get past Dion Gauda, our rookie champion, of course, of this 2025 season. And he joins a list of Hadjar, Fornaroli, Central and Noah Stromstead, who have all done that over their time as well. Top 5 as they were. Shirovsky able to recover after what looked like a bit of a mid getaway from him. He's able to recover. The top 5 are trying to pull away, battling further back. My word, Taito Kato with the hugest of lockups when he got down to the Retafilo chicane. Definitely not ideal for the tyres.
Yeah, definitely. No, that's probably the biggest lockup I've seen all year from any of these drivers. As yeah, his tyres are not going to thank him for that one bit now. As got a couple of drivers side by side now, briefly. Not quite able to do anything about that, though.
Yamakoshi up against Edu Robinson, that is as well. They are battling over 10th and 11th position. If anyone's wondering where Jack Beaton is, he is on a flight. He's on a plane right now. I believe he's in the live chat watching on with the rest of us. But he is making his way over to the States, where he is going to be testing an Indy NXT car. And, well, all I'll say is look out for some news very shortly, very soon, in terms of where that possibly could be. But that is where he is right now. So he did his bit for the team in qualifying by holding up the RHGP cars and trying to make their time as difficult as possible. But unfortunately for Aldeheri, it's all gone wrong. And Freddie Slater, I mean, he can win it, but as you mentioned, Wes, he needs support. He needs extra Prema drivers who can get themselves in the top 10.
Yeah, he certainly does. He's not getting too much backup at the moment. Jin Nakamura is the highest place RSGP driver in 7th place. So yeah, at the moment things are swinging more towards our Prema. As I said at the top, had an enormous overcome. The grid suggested they might at least have a shot of that, but yeah, Aldeheri's sudden demotion to the back of the field has really put pay to that.
Absolutely. Side by side through the Curva Grande. Matteo Di Palla that time by set the fastest lap, by the way. The gap has come down now to what is 0.5 of a second. A few lockups, as we've mentioned. That has been the case all weekend long. We've been told to look for plenty of lockups as well. As we now make our way down towards Lismo 1, getting to 3 wide territory. That's Delaney trying to go all the way around the outside line. Belov is in that battle as well. And that is super tight stuff between them all as they now head down the back straight towards the Ascari chicane. The lower ends of the field, all with nothing to lose, all just looking to end their seasons on a high. And to be fair, for a lot of them, what has been difficult seasons as well.
Yeah, certainly has. Enzo Deligny recovering nicely from what was a poor qualifying, then compounded by a grid penalty. He's up into 14th position now, and it's we're only just now about to start lap 4. So yeah, great stuff from Deligny. He may even get, with that level of progress, he may even get to the sort of the bottom area of the points. We'll have to wait and see.
Shirovsky, I have to say, is doing so well in his first weekend of FRECA racing. The Polish driver getting a lot of support from the fans, as you can imagine. Another Polish driver going through the route. We mentioned Roman Bielinski earlier on as well, who went through this series. And it is great to have Jan Shirovsky with us, and he's looking to now try and attack Nikita Bedrin. It's a battle over 4th position at the moment in time. Dion Gauda, number 55. You can't see it as he's got something covering it at the moment as well. But yes, he is our rookie champion. He is the driver of an 8th, and he's putting his attack towards Jin Nakamura. And meanwhile, Matteo Di Paolo may have lost the title. He's kept his head high. He put in a good qualifying performance, topped his group. Freddie Slater topped his group. They're together on the circuit, and they're battling for the win in the final ever FRECA race.
Yeah, let's see if Di Paolo can get a consolation win. He certainly deserves it. I would go as far as to call him the surprise of the season. Obviously, not really saying anything about his own skills, but I would say Trident didn't really come into this championship with the greatest of reputations as far as speed is concerned. But yeah, Di Paolo's been a real hero of this race, and again, such a shame that race 1 had to play out the way it did. But yeah, Di Paolo already signed up in F3 for next year, as we mentioned earlier, and yeah, he's got a lot of speed underneath him.
Looking forward to seeing Matteo Di Paolo and Freddie Slater both at Trident next year in the Formula 3 Championship. Of course, advantage definitely seems like it's going to be Freddie Slater next year. That's what the form book would say. But as we've seen this season, a lot can happen. You can have Di Paolo challenge him. You can have quite a few people challenge him. Talking about challenging as well, as Jin Nakamura being challenged by the VAR cars. Pedro Claro has got past his teammate Dion Gauda. He's the next one to try and attack the RSGP driver.
Yeah, certainly are. There is a trio of Van Amersfoorts. The one in 10th place of Yamakoshi starting to fall by the wayside just a little bit. But yeah, and he goes around the outside. Well done, Pedro Claro. And he goes off the track. He may have to give that place back, but yeah, it was a good move up until that point. Let's wait and see whether he gives it up.
Have to give him credit for the attempt, and the attempt is what helped in that scenario as well. And we make our way through. Now, this could actually be bad. If Dion Gauda makes the move, that could make giving back the position a little bit more difficult as well. Pedro Claro can see it all unfolding. They're all slowing up. They're all getting together into the Ascari chicane. And Pedro Claro, he doesn't want to get himself in any trouble. He doesn't want to get any penalties. And remember, his teammates are in behind. So hopefully Pedro Claro can give it back as quick as possible, because yeah, that one will surely not stand as well. He sent it around the outside and had to go off the road all by himself. So you can expect the switch to come in very, very shortly in those positions. Tata Carter, by the way, is broke clear from those from the group we've been talking about, and he's now looking to try and chase down Shirovsky and Bedrin, who are finding themselves in 4th and 5th position as well. Belov has moved up to 11th, so he's gained a position. He's making some moves further back. 3 wide we go. Pedro Claro is going to lose out 1 place, make that 2 positions. Dion Gauda gets through as well. So it's Jin Nakamura moving back up, and he's still the leader of this train after all of that has happened. And we've got 3 Van Amersfoort cars running wheel to wheel very nearly, because they're getting all close together. And now it is going to be a battle in towards the Della Roggia chicane. They're all slipstreaming each other. Jin Nakamura won't mind this one bit. And now Dion Gauda up the inside will take the position. Line astern at the moment for those 3 drivers. Stoltramanis has made an overtake. That's past Giovanni Maschio as well.
Yeah, ever the opportunist Dion Gauda there. He's the rookie champion, as we mentioned earlier, and there was no way he was going to allow Pedro Claro to get away with giving that position back without sending one up the inside, and he's now up into 8th position.
Absolutely. Matteo Di Paolo, he's been running at this range, which is 7 tenths, 6 tenths, 5 tenths. But yes, it's not been anything better than that. Shirovsky's going to be under threat. I mean, it's a great debut, but you've got some experienced drivers around you. and one of those is Tata Carter trying to go up the inside line into the final corner. It's going to get close, and Shirovsky is going to hang on to the position, but runs quite out wide. Does the Polish driver. They will be side by side then on the straight now, and it should be the position gain for the ART man, but now Shirovsky has a chance because of how early Tata Carter made the move down the straight. Now there's a chance for Shirovsky to fight back. He'll have to go down the outside line on the brakes into the Retafilo chicane, and he knows he wants to score some points. He knows he wants to impress once again, and he just lets that position go for the moment as Claro and Gauda continue their fight.
Yeah, it's not very often we see an RPM car this high up in the order, but Shirovsky definitely wants to bring it home in the points if he can, not only for his sake but for his team's sake as well. And he's doing very, very well in this race.
Doing very well indeed. Great to have him with us as well in this championship as we make our way through the Lismo corners. Of course, the Lismo corners where our race was ended. If you remember last year, 2024, we ended the season with a red flag as we had a car head into the wall. So it was a bit of a disappointing way to end. Of course, our first weekend here on JB Motorsports, we covered this championship and it all ended in that way under a red flag. Let's hope that we don't have anything as similar today as well. Go on, Wes.
Yeah, Claro's got back past Dion Gauda unseen by us. So he's that'll be justice as far as Claro will be concerned, and he's right behind Jin Nakamura now. It's going to be difficult for him to make it into the Alboreto curve, but he stays tucked in and is going to try and get the slipstream on the start-finish straight. As and weaving now is Nikita Bedrin, who's fallen back into the clutches of Taito Kato now. Kato goes to the outside. No, he's got that one covered. Bedrin's got that one covered, but he was a very fast starter, was Nikita Bedrin, but doesn't seem to have kept that speed going now for some reason.
Yeah.
Kato is sticking in behind round Curva Grande now.
It's getting close.
Oh, it's getting very, very tight. Kato goes around the outside. He's alongside. No, he's got that one covered, does Bedrin, and Kato goes over the chicane. He's going to have to give that one up.
Yeah, he is. And Bedrin goes back through to the position. Now, this is some glorious fighting going on. Other glorious fighting. I could see 3-4 wide further back down the start-finish straight. So, in terms of outside the top 13, everything is taking place, by the way. And when they came across the split, I'm not surprised looking at those gaps with how close everyone is. So, wild stuff. Okay, so Bedrin just ahead of Taito Kato, who will need to regroup and go again as he tries to chase down this position. It's all about can you follow through very closely through the Ascari chicane. And then you can get a bit of a slipstream down towards the Parabolica, helps you close in. Meanwhile, you wouldn't be surprised to know that Jin Nakamura is still holding up the train of the VAR cars, and Tata Kato actually pulls out, goes up the inside line, doesn't wait for the straight, and instead will send the move in, and will take that position as we now make our way on to the start-finish straight now, and there's going to be a chance for Bedrin to take it straight away back. So, Taito Kato is ahead, but for how much longer? The Santolok Racing driver is in the slipstream. He's getting closer to his rival, and it's going to be a battle down towards the braking zone. Does Bedrin send it late? Does he send it great? Lock up for Taito Kato, who just stays ahead for the moment. As meanwhile, Nakamura still ahead of Claro, but Claro would have been side by side with him through the Cara Grande. Bedrin's got a chance to fight this one still, and he's really going to be closing in, Wes. Let's see how this one's going to go in towards the second chicane. We're back to this part of the circuit. We're back to Bedrin trying to edge out Taito Kato. Late on the brakes, wheel to wheel between the two drivers. Will they make their way through? Bedrin around the outside, and Bedrin gets ahead. Now he tries to defend it towards Lismo, and here comes Shirovsky trying to take advantage.
Oh, that was absolutely the tightest thing you're ever going to see there. How the two of them managed to go that close through the second chicane, I'll never know. But somehow they've managed it, and the positions remain the same. And I saw over the line as well. was Jin Nakamura actually behind Claro as they went over the line, but Nakamura managed to outbrake him into that first chicane. So it's still Nakamura from Claro, Gauda, and Yamakoshi.
Great fighting. I don't think we're going to get any fighting for the win as it stands, because Slater's pulled away from Matteo Di Paolo. 1.1 second is the gap now between the two of them, and still this battle rages on. Still Nakamura is ahead further behind as well. So what an interesting race this is turning out to be. It is an absolute brawl, plenty of fighting, plenty of racing for us to enjoy in the 100th and final race under the FRECA banner. And here we go. It is going to be the straight once again for Taito Kato to try and take this position. Attempt number 3 he's got now. He's pulling alongside. He's going wheel to wheel. On the brakes we go. And Bedrin was all out of shape. Lock up from the pair of them. And now Shirovsky's got a chance as well. Shirovsky's going to try and get this one in towards what will be the Della Roggia chicane. He'll be getting a double slipstream now, as Taito Kato this time will be the driver on the attack in towards the braking zone. Where does Shirovsky go in the RPM car? Is it going to be to the outside line? Which way is the door going to open? It looks like the two ahead are going to battle, with Taito Kato going round the outside. This time he's the driver to go the long way round, but he's all over the gravel, and Bedrin's off. Bedrin is off, and that is a disappointing way to end his season. He's off, and he'll surely be beached. It was a tight battle, but this time around Bedrin will not take any further part in this race.
Oh, what a shame. That battle was going so well. I'm not quite sure what happened exactly, why Bedrin went off. I can only assume they made some kind of contact. But yeah, Bedrin off into the gravel trap. Taito Kato continues on, and the safety car is now out, understandably, before that car that's in a dangerous position. Yeah, it's a shame we don't really have another angle of it, but yeah, that regardless, Nikita Bedrin out of this race.
Wow. Okay, that battle was getting us quite hyped. And yeah, Santalock, that is a disappointing way to end their time in regional level with us anyway, because they won't be back.
Oh. Yeah, I think is that the front right suspension might be broken at the front there. So maybe they did just make side by side contact there, and that was enough to break Bedrin's suspension.
Yeah, could have been. Could have been. It was furious battling. To be fair, I thought we were going to get to that territory with some battle. It looked like that battle could have given it, and also the Jin Nakamura one, who is still, by the way, ahead of the Van Amersfoorts. Just to let you know, just to update you on that. We'll keep you up to date when it comes to that battle as well. So, what a performance we are seeing from Shirovsky. We've mentioned it a few times, but this is great for a first weekend. Of course, it is great to have him in this championship racing with us, and he's absolutely delivering. And as I mentioned, the Polish fans have been going absolutely crazy. I've been taking a look. He's had so much support come in. So much support absolutely everywhere come in. And it is great to have him. And I'm so excited to see what he can do. Maybe, hopefully, next year full time in the Formula Region European Championship. I'd love to have him. And I think we're going to get treated to do some great racing by him as well. He seems like a very well calculated driver in terms of how to go motor racing. So I'm hoping we get to see more of him.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's so much passion as well from Polish racing fans. They really are prepared to go through hell and high water, in some cases literally, to support their drivers. And yeah, Jan Piotrowski definitely is very lucky for that. Safety car in this lap. I just wanted to mention very quickly, actually, with the demise of Nikita Bedrin, that lets in to the points now. A driver who's made an absolutely meteoric rise up the field, unseen by us, unfortunately, on the broadcast, is Enzo Deligny, 10th place. And yeah, that'll be another point in the bag for RSGP if it finishes the way it is.
Absolutely, and so that's a rise that Wes is telling you about. Eddie Robinson has had the opposite. He's unfortunately faded away down the order. He'll be 16th. Okay, The safety car restart is a big part of this race because we know that Freddie Slater has good pace. We know he can pull away, but if Matteo Di Paolo can get the slipstream, this might be the opportunity that he can get to fight in this battle as well. Here we go then. Freddie Slater puts his foot down and we will go racing for 8 minutes plus 1 lap as well. The safety car will be coming in. And the field is immediately looking to try and go on the attack. We have the ART cars together, 3rd and 4th, but Freddie Slater has gone and he's catched out Di Paolo over the line, and it's going to now be a battle in towards the Rettifilo chicane. Who is going to dish out some of the overtakes as Slater breaks the slipstream, and immediately further back, it is the same battle that has been delivering so many times. The Van Amersfoort, who will need to be on the defensive and on the attack at the same time, Jin Nakamura wants to try and make an overtake of his own, trying to clear Shirovsky. It's tied into the braking zone, but we are racing once again. We're just over 7 minutes to go, plus 1 lap.
Yeah, we certainly are, and Yamakoshi managed to get in front of Dion Gauda there into the first chicane, so yeah, Yamakoshi makes it up in front of his younger teammate, and oh my goodness me, a lot of battling going on into the second chicane, cars absolutely everywhere.
Shirovsky going brave, trying to get past Taito Kato. That was the battle for 4th position that was raging on. Brilliant stuff from Shirovsky, trying to go on the attack. On the attack as well is Pedro Claro. He has put Jin Nakamura offline there. And the number 22 will have a chance to go on the attack as well in a few moments' time. So we'll keep an eye out for that. But Slater, Di Paolo, and then Gilter, the top 3 breaking away, breaking clear at the moment in time. They all fan out around this venue, as well as the brilliant racing that we're seeing continues to give and give and give. Now down towards the final corner on the circuit, and then we'll enter a new lap.
Yeah, we certainly will. You can see on the left side of your screen now, Enzo Deligny up 10 places. He's absolutely the driver of this race for me. Brilliant progress up the field as we see moves absolutely everywhere coming into the final corner, getting ready to slipstream, coming down the start-finish straight now into the Rettifilo chicane.
Absolutely, the Van Amersfoorts and Jin Nakamura, the never-ending story, continuing. Pedro Claro on the brakes. Can he send it round the outside? You knew what the answer was going to be. Oh my word, off the road. That's horrible. Yamakoshi, Dion Gauda, I think, is the car who's gone into the side of his teammate. So Yamakoshi's off. And that was, I think, Dion Gauda. He was the 3rd Van Amersfoort in the train. He misjudged it, went straight on and took out his teammate. Disappointment for Van Amersfoort, and we will surely need another safety car. Yep, the number 55 also getting collected there as well is going to be a huge disappointment at that moment. So we have plenty of cars off, and it is going to now be surely another safety car where's Derby required.
Yeah, a rookie error from the rookie champion there. He just tried to make the move, just couldn't make it happen. And there is Yamakoshi there, in a completely innocent victim in all of that, just taken out on the side. And that's such an unfortunate way for him to end his very impressive season. But yeah, safety car back out, of course. Let's have a look at the replay, Omi.
Yeah, okay, so he's battling with Deligny as well at the same time. And yeah, that is such a shame. Deligny able to make his way by at that specific moment.
As well.
Anea Frey, yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't. I thought for a second that Deligny's suspension had been affected as well, but I think it might have been my mistake there. Deligny should still be circulating. He's down in 19th place. He's fallen down to. So all of that hard work we've seen in the race for Enzo Deligny amounted to nothing in the end, unfortunately.
Okay, deep breath, everybody. Looks like I'm hoping we can get this one back underway. Surely, I think maybe 1 lap. We should be able to get at least a 1-lap shootout. That would be a perfect way to finish off FRECA. And also, equally, it would be a shame if we end it under the safety car, end the final ever FRECA race, and the 100th race as well under FRECA. Next year, it's going to look very different. I can tell you the format will be different. There will be so many things that will be different next year for some rounds. So it will be a differently run championship, I can assure you. The broadcasting is still being sorted in terms of who's going to be commentating it, etc., etc. So there's going to be a lot of changes incoming, I can definitely assure you. So enjoy these moments, enjoy this final phase. It is really an end of an era. I know we're going to continue. I know the regional level still will go on, but this is really a big goodbye from 2021 all the way till 2025. We've been treated to some brilliant motor racing, and I'm hoping we can get one more lap out of this series as well before it rebrands and before we close this chapter.
Yeah, and any of you who watched Formula Regional before the Alpine sponsorship came into place will know that the format was originally different, with 3 races being run instead of just 2, and of course there was no qualifying broadcast. So not to say that it will necessarily go back to that next year, but yeah, there was definitely a lot of influence from the Renault group when Alpine became an official sponsor from this championship. I noticed, actually, a big beneficiary of all that carnage down at the first chicane was Thomas Stolzermanis, who, for any of you who have been following his career this year, will know that he had to back out of Italian F4, we think due to sponsorship reasons, and has somehow put the budget together to do a partial campaign in Formula Regional. So this will be very, very good for the Latvian driver's career.
Absolutely. Great indeed. So we'll start another lap as well. So we'll be heading on to what should be the penultimate lap of the race, and then we're hoping we can get one more lap out of this season, out of this series as a whole, before we say goodbye and to end this era. It would be such a shame if it ends behind the safety car. I would love one more lap of chaos, one more lap of carnage to end this incredible chapter. So we're about to head on to the penultimate lap, that's for definite. So if we are going to get anything, Wes, it'll only be a one lap shooter, I can definitely assure you that.
Yeah, that's right. I haven't had any confirmation that safety car will be in this lap, so I presume they're still clearing it up. Note from race control that car 55 and 6, which is Gouda and Yamakoshi, will be investigated after the race. I would suggest that's going to be a bit of an open and closed case for the stewards there. Don't expect them to spend too long on that one.
Yeah, don't expect them, indeed, to be looking through their options at that one for too long as well. Pretty clear cut. Okay, we move on to the penultimate lap of FRECA, and we will hope that we get the message that we're long awaiting, that the safety car will be in at the end of this lap, and we can go racing for one more lap as well of this series. They will continue to make their way through the runoff. I'm just waiting for the message to come in at the moment in terms of whether we're going to get anything. But yeah, they continue, and we'll wait, I guess, for a little bit more to see whether we're going to get anything.
Yeah, I mean, we're on to the timer has gone to 0, so it's a bit of a shame to end the race number 100 under the safety car, but you know, it was always a possibility setting it here at Monza. Cars tend to be all over the place at the best of times, and yeah, it's looks as though it's going to be another win for Freddie Slater. He certainly hasn't dominated the championship this year, but has usually been the fastest driver in the pack, with Matteo De Paolo alongside him, and yeah, it's a fitting result, if nothing else, for race number 100.
It is indeed. So the field continue to navigate their way through as well. No message has come through, so I don't think we're going to be getting a last lap shootout unless it is very late as well. So the wait will go on, I think, through this final until we get to the Ascari chicane, and that's really the last hope. But nothing has come through, so It is going to now be the final ever lap of FRECA in the 100th race, and it is Slater, De Paolo. They're recovering it now. At the moment, but I think the big issue is that we've had a message come through that car number 23, Delaney, has stopped on the circuit at turn 3.
Oh no.
So, yeah.
Oh no.
So,
yeah, race will finish behind the safety car. Yeah.
Oh, what a shame. What a shame. We won't be able to get a finish to FRECA under the green flags. It'll be behind the safety car, and there we go. I mean, even if they did clear it up in time, it wouldn't have been possible. FRECA 2021 to 2025. That'll bring everything to a close. I mean, a bit of a fitting way to end, I think, this series under the safety car. We've had a safety car many times, so I think it's quite fitting that that we're gonna end the final ever race behind this.
Yeah, end how you wish to go on, I guess. Yeah, at least we get to see the Alpine safety car for one last time. That is a beautiful car.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Here we go then. We will make our way on to the final lap ever of FRECA. Race number 100. And it is going to be, I think, an emotional last lap. But it allows, I think, all of the drivers to sink in this moment. It allows all of the personnel, kind of a bit of a parade lap to say goodbye to FRECA, I think is the good way to put it. We've had so many great moments in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. The safety car has been a huge part of it, but along with some great racing, we've had plenty of talents move up the ranks. We've had 4 F1 drivers produced in that time as well, and I'm sure more will be joining that list in the very, very soon future from this precise grid. But here we go, Wes. Final ever lap.
Yeah, final lap, and they did manage to clear the cars from the first chicane. So yeah, if it hadn't been for Delaney stopping at Curva Grande, we may well have got one more racing lap. That's such a shame. We can actually still see Delaney in the background, not quite sure how to get behind the barriers, it seems, but yeah, that's just the way it goes sometimes. But yeah, as you said, I like the silver lining bit you put on there, where it's a parade to end the centenary race of Formula Regional.
Absolutely. So everybody, sink in these moments for the last ever time. FRECA coming to an end, and Slater is going to be making his way to a win. This win will put him equal with Saucy in terms of most wins in a single season. Kamara has the most in FRECA history, and he'll end on that as well. But of course, he participated over multiple campaigns, so a bit of a difference there. But I guess Freddie Slater is adding his name to more record books, to more accolades as well. But yes, enjoy the Alpine safety car war for one final time as it leads the field away. The first ever race of FRECA in 2021 at Imola ended behind the safety car, if everyone remembers back to that. David Vidales won that contest, so it is fitting that we'll end the last ever FRECA race behind the safety car as well. It'll be Freddie Slater, it'll be Matteo Di Paolo, and it'll be Evan Gilter, who will be your top 3. But in the 100th celebration of this series, it is time to bring this chapter and this era of racing to a close, and Freddie Slater will make his way then in towards the final corner. He's been left on his own, and our champion will wrap it up with another victory before he moves on to Formula 3 with Trident. The driver directly in behind Di Paolo will also be making the same step up, and they will be teammates next year. We look forward to more of their battling in a year's time. But for now, FRECA comes to a close, an era is ended, and it's Freddie Slater who comes out on top. Freddie Slater wins the 100th and final FRECA race. Di Paolo is in second, and Evan Gilter will stand on the podium in third. And then it is Kato, and what a brilliant performance from Shirovsky on his first weekend of FRECA racing. P5 for him, a great performance, but it's Freddie Slater, the race winner.
Yeah, that's right. Great stuff from Slater and DePaolo as well. And yeah, shame it had to end the way it did, as I said earlier. But yeah, great stuff, and good from ART actually. They scored the most points out of any team in this race. So have to. They were in a battle, if I remember right, with Trident, which I'll have to do a bit of number crunch. I'm sorry, they were in a battle with Trident, so I'll have to do a bit of number crunching to see who comes out on top with that. But yeah, RSGP will be the team's champion for this season.
Absolutely, they take the crown in 2025. As our race control messages say, Mercy Renault and Alpine 1970 to 2025. So yes, even the race control messages, official things coming our way, thanking Alpine for all of their work and Renault. Here's your final results then. Freddie Slater entered as the winner, DePaolo, Gilter, Kato, and then Chirovsky, Jin Nakamura, Pedro Claro, Michael Belov, Stoltramanis, and Akshay Bora complete the top 10. RHGP will basically start life in FRECA how they end as well. They'll end it how they started, with the team's title and Prema taking the years in the middle. Igozi, and then Liu, Maschio, Robinson, Al Masheri, Biran Bakhti, Al Daheri, Resilaho, Borna, and Kanato Lee. Your second page as well. And then we find ourselves with Enzo Tellini, and then our retirements, Yamakoshi, Gouda, and then Anea Frey, and Nikita Bedrin, who basically made that race completely transform. And Freddie Slater will put his hand up and wave to all of the fans as these machines get used for the last time. Of course, a new car, new era, new everything really. And a lot of these drivers end their time at regional level as they progress up to Formula 3. We already went through that list as well, Wes. These are emotional moments, I think, for everyone now in the paddock as well. I'd also like to say a big well done to Chris McCarthy, who's been the voice of FRECA as well, 2021 all the way up until 2025. He's, of course, had to miss races, which George Morgan has filled in for. But yes, a huge well done to Chris McCarthy. We're gonna let him quickly wrap up as well, and then we'll wrap up ourselves straight after. We're gonna make sure that his goodbye to FRECA and his final words to FRECA are also mentioned. It will have to be quickly because our timings have already reset to E4, which is the weird scenario here. We've got to go over to a race and we've got a championship to crown in that as well. But for now, Freddie Slater making his way onto the top of the car, Wes.
Yeah, absolutely great. Freddie Slater, undoubtedly the best driver. He does a golf swing there. Didn't know he was a fan of golf. He'll be in good company if or when he ever makes it to Formula One.
Indeed. These are lovely moments. And, you know, with the way that Prema's performances have been going recently in F2 and F3, this may be the final ever time that he works at the Prema team. They got him to the Italian F4 Championship as well. And RHGP are there to celebrate the team's title. The board is taken. And the celebrations will begin, I am sure, overnight. Photographers, go down there. It is time for, the only remaining championship we basically had to crown as well. They're all there to celebrate. Great stuff. It is always a team effort at the end of the day as well. Congratulations, I have to say, to Evan Gilter, who's just also earned his super license points, I'm being told right now. So congratulations to him and all of the other drivers who are earning their super license points, who've now got a super license at this level after today's race.
Yeah, not quite sure what Gilter's plans are for 2026 just yet. He's not signed up to an F3 team, and we're looking at the predictions for the few remaining seats which are left. There's only 4 seats still remaining, and he's not really in contention for any of them. So we may get Gilter back at this level next season, which will be very, very interesting to see how he does with that.
Absolutely. Will be as well. We've just received our Italian F4 grid for today. I was just looking to see which where Gabriel Gomez starts, and he starts in 13th position. Not ideal. Not ideal.
Oh, God.
Not ideal for what we're about to cover in terms of the title fight. But yeah, anything is possible. He's going to have the greatest of greatest drives we've ever seen in motor racing history to be able to win it. But yes, okay, that's coming your way in a bit. I didn't realise it was actually that bad. This is your race highlights as well of this contest. We'll quickly run through these as well. So the lights went out. The 100th race began, Wes, and it was Freddie Slater who basically marched off the line, maintained the lead, and was on to his Sunday drivers. The rest of them continued to battle.
Yeah, certainly did. Yeah, it was a pretty even start from the both of them. Slater had everything covered, few cars going off the chicane, but apart from a couple of front wings coming off, it was a relatively clean start. The carnage didn't really begin until chicane number 2, when Al Daheri was spun off, and pretty much sealed the title for RSGP in the team's championship. Had more cars going off there. This was a great little battle there between Taito Kato and Nikita Bedrin, which sadly ended with Bedrin taking a clout and going off into the gravel trap. And then the big crash of the race was Dion Gauda getting it all wrong, trying to defend from a charging Enzo Deligny and kamikazing into his teammate there, and the race sadly ending under the safety car. But as you mentioned, Omi, very fitting considering how the way we ended the very first race back in 2021.
Yeah, Prema on top that day. Prema on top once again. David Vidales 2021, Freddie Slater 2025. The final ever winner of the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. I will absolutely miss saying that in full as well. It's something that we've got used to now, and we love saying it as well. Whether it's the short form FRECA, whether it's the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine as well. Okay, we've got some great fans in the grandstands all watching on. They've got one more race left to endure, the E4 Championship. But here we go, Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. As you can see on the podium, Alpine have given us quite something over the years, and it is time now to say goodbye to them. Okay, on to third goes Gilterra, on to second goes Matteo Di Paolo in what is his home race, but the Italian team Prema have done it. The British driver Freddie Slater has done it, and he is on the top step of the podium as well. A great drive from him, and Prema also there. They've done so well over the years at this level, producing so many great talents as well, as we have mentioned. Of course, we've had Dino Beganovic, we've had Antonelli, we've had Kamara, we've had Slater. It has been absolutely fantastic what they have been able to do. And rookie winner, Shirovsky, deserving, considering the effort that he put in.
Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing, really, to see that the team that clinches the team's championship completely unrepresented on the podium for the final race. I don't recall that ever happening before.
Yeah, absolutely. Just the way sometimes. Just the way as well. The trophies get given to everyone on the podium right now. And Matteo Di Paolo and Freddie Slater rivals this year. Teammates next. Who knows? Could definitely be some rivalry forming. Trident have had that in Formula 3 in the past. Especially remember back to Jack Doohan's words when in 2021 as well. Trident have had quite a lot of great history, the Italian squad. But yeah, they were able to take their win. They were able to take their first ever win at this level at the start of this year. after getting close on so many occasions as well. Shirovsky, fair play, great stuff from him, and I'm sure everyone will love seeing him on that podium. The British National Anthem.
Un applauso al vincitore Freddie Slater, a tutti I piloti del podio
let Chris
che
wrap up.
saranno per le fotografie ufficiali.
Well done to Freddie Slater. He is our champion for 2025. Matteo De Paolo finishing in second place overall. That is all for the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine Era. Thank you to everyone who has been involved in this championship. We get ready for a new era, the FIA Formula Regional European Championship in 2026. A brand new car. We will see you there in 2026.
Thank you very much, Chris McCarthy, who's been a great part of that series. And Wes, I guess that brings the time for us now to conclude here on JB Motorsports. We have had some great racing over the years. We've, of course, been a part of it since last year at this circuit, Monza. And the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine has delivered us all of the goods and has delivered Formula One with some bright, bright stars. Some who are already there and some who will be getting there in the future. What is your final words about this championship as we conclude with 100 races?
There have been ups, there have been downs, but there have always been great racing. And yeah, we will certainly miss Alpine's involvement in this championship, but we move on to bigger and better things. And yeah, I'm excited to see what's going to come. If any of you have managed to take a look yet of the new car, it seems to be already a significant improvement on this one. So yeah, exciting things to come.
Absolutely. My thanks, Wes. Well, that is it. We bring close to our coverage here on JB Motorsports of the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. It has been an absolute honour to broadcast this series to you since last year at this specific round here at Monza. As I've mentioned, this championship has delivered so many great talents, and we look forward to seeing what the future will hold. Thank you very much, FRECA. Thank you very much, Alpine. We look forward for the new era, and we hope to have your company in FREC next year in 2026. Alpine, a huge thanks, and to everyone who's made it possible around all of the championship staff, absolutely everyone who has given FRECA what it deserves over the years. From Formula One races all the way to supporting some great events, it has been absolute special. We look forward to having your company in 2026 though. Thank you very much, FRECA, and now bring on FREC. Goodbye.